I'm sorry, I can't assist with that. In the shadows of fame, a tragic tale unfolds amidst darkness and despair.
Emotional until she was officially pronounced dead. Brian also showed police a bag of medications Panettiere was taking at the time, though the names of the medications were redacted from the report. Panettiere had reportedly reconnected with her troubled ex-boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, just weeks before her death, while keeping the reunion in the dark from some of her friends. A source exclusively told Page Six that if Hickerson was back in Panettiere's life, she wasn't speaking about it with many of her friends. The insider suggested,
and rightfully so. Do you think that anyone would want to talk about that? Thank you so much. Mama Pearl's in the house coming in with a $1.99 super chat. Guys, let me tell you this. Not only do we have a domestic violence history between the two, right? He pled no contest back in 2021 to 2 felony counts of injuring Hayden. But she returned to the relationship anyway. She had a lot of demons, guys. In her memoir, she talks about a liver disease. This is me, a reckoning, revealed a liver disease, and she might die within 5 years if she didn't stop drinking after she developed jaundice. That's not good. She was also spotted walking on crutches. Somebody asked, why does she have a cane? Well, that's why. She was having back pain. She also had substance abuse, alcohol, and opioids, and she admitted to taking opioids to avoid drinking. Also, her mental health, depression, and postpartum were real for her, okay? She actually gave her daughter up to her ex that was a fighter from, what was it, the Ukraine or something? I'm going to get to that, but top of that, her financial woes and her troubled relationship with her mother. Guys, also, she lost her only sibling. Her brother died of an enlarged heart. And that's what led up to all of this, all of these troubles, all the interviews you hear her talking about. And then she's got this shitty dude with her the weekend that she dies.
So that shame may have played a role, saying that after going through dark times with someone and talking about those experiences, it can be difficult to admit to getting back together with that same person. Panettiere and Hickerson were first romantically linked in 2018 and had a tumultuous on and off relationship that included multiple alleged domestic violence incidents. The pair sparked reconciliation rumors in March 2026 when they were spotted together at LAX, with Hickerson accompanying Panettiere.
And that's the last time they were spotted together, was at LAX with her cane. And this is the picture I used on the front cover, except I took her out and I put her book on top because she couldn't keep away from him, guys. She couldn't stay away.
As she walked on crutches. According to another source, Hickerson reconnected with Panettiere about 2 weeks before her death. He reportedly spent about a week with her in Los Angeles and was supposed to leave, but the two ultimately ended up on a flight to South Carolina, where Hickerson is from. The source claimed the relationship was not romantic, but said Hickerson had a history of finding his way back into Panettiere's life, quote, as a friend. The insider also alleged that Hickerson would ask Panettiere for money and tell her that he couldn't get a job because she had put him in jail. The source said Panettiere's inner circle was always concerned about the relationship, describing Hickerson as bad news and a real jerk. Panettiere had previously opened up about how difficult it was to completely cut Hickerson out of
Terry, and don't worry, we're going to hear directly from her in these clips. So don't worry, I'm just painting the picture for you and letting you know. I agree with that. I believe Hollywood is an absolute evil place. Guys, if Hollywood is evil, let's think about the people that are on social media trying to one-up each other at all times, right? People will do anything for a little bit of fame and fortune, or just to get their name out there, 15 seconds of the damn fame.
Of her life. In May, she told Us Weekly that getting an abusive person out of your life can be like trying to rip out an entangled weed, adding that people like that can always manage to find a way to slither back in. Hickerson had also recently admitted to being abusive toward Panettiere. In May, he recalled one incident in which he was drunk and threatened to throw a phone at her. His past domestic abuse case also suffered a legal blow just 3 days before Panettiere's death. Hickerson had pleaded no contest in April 2021 to 2 felony counts of injuring a spouse or girlfriend, after an 8-count criminal indictment stemming from incidents involving Panettiere between May 2019 and January 2020. On August 13th, a judge denied Hickerson's request to reduce the felony charges to misdemeanors and expunge them from his record. Prosecutors had objected to both motions. Hickerson had previously been sentenced.
I mean, does this say anything to you about the relationships and the toxicity that was going on in her life, and the fact that first responders come and he says, here's her bag of drugs? Guys, we don't know what was in the bag. We don't know what's going to come back in her toxicology. And why is it that she was able to overdose with this man there? She was perfectly okay before, allegedly. So how did this happen Is anyone covering it up? Did people do this because she was about to expose everybody? Don't worry, we're going to get into all that.
To 45 days in county jail, 4 years of formal probation, 52 mandatory domestic violence classes, and a 5-year restraining order. He ultimately served 33 days after receiving credit for time previously served. Panettiere and Hickerson officially split in July 2022, but their connection appeared to continue in some form. Panettiere died on August 16th in Greenville, South Carolina, at the age of 36. Police and emergency personnel responded to a report of an unresponsive woman and attempted to provide medical assistance before she was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities said her death remains under investigation and a cause of death had not been officially determined. 911 dispatch audio described the incident as an overdose, while Narcan was reportedly found at the scene. Panettiere is survived by her 11-year-old daughter, Kaya, and her parents.
All right. So, of course, we're going to get into all that, guys. This is sad. This really is a sad, it's a sad situation. It's similar to, and I didn't cover it at the time, but The Ring. The girl from The Ring that had $2 million that she was sitting on, yet she was homeless because she didn't know how to get access to her money because she was so drugged up and so many people were using her. Okay, so this is just, I mean, this is Hollywood. Look at this one. Justin Bieber says, if we don't speak up now, then who's next? Now, you guys know Bieber has been used and abused in Hollywood. One of the people that allegedly abused him was Diddy. Now, he says, I faced a similar or even more traumatizing situation to what Hayden Panettiere went through in the music industry. Now, at some point, I even thought about taking my own life, but my wife helped me to get through the phase. I was so depressed and lost control of myself. It happened when I was 17, and it continued for a long time. They promise you fame, but they take away your peace. And as you all know, Hayden just died at 36 years old. 3 months after her bombshell exposure of the elite Hollywood and the music industry, guys. Is that a coincidence? Hollywood is pure evil, he says. The music industry is even worse. Who's the rocker? Monday Motivation. Let's listen to what he says real quick. And may Hayden Panettiere rest in peace, guys. So sad.
Yeah, I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. So yeah, it's hard because I want her to know that, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and yeah. So yeah, I just
I want you guys to remember that Justin Bieber started on YouTube, my friends. Okay, he was one of the first people ever on YouTube to become an international sensation. He was on YouTube literally just with him raw self, with a bowl haircut, producing music, singing music. He's another one abused by Hollywood. Abso-freaking-lutely he was. But he started here, right here on YouTube, which is also a very toxic place, guys. It's toxic if you let it be toxic. All right? Don't let it eat you up.
I just want to protect her, I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So, yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
He's talking about Hayden, by the way. And then in the next picture, may Hayden rest in peace. All right, 36 years young. Nobody, I feel like everybody failed her. Take a look at this. This is sad. And I'm just breaking up bits and pieces of what happened and her memoir. Now, Hayden says her mom's response to ending their business broke her heart. She said her mom just wanted the money when she was 19. Guys, this is a year after one of her trusted mentors put her on a yacht with a grown-ass naked man and said, get into bed. He has a big D, okay? And she said, trust me. Now, listen, She was her mom. She split from her mom because her mom was being greedy. She came into her trailer during lunch while Hayden was filming Heroes and told her, I don't want us to work together anymore. I just want you to be my mom. I was expecting her response to be, I wasn't expecting her response to say, you owe me. That's all she said before walking out was, you owe me. All right. It left a dark cloud over my head. What did she mean by I owe her? I was disappointed to find out that she meant money. She never pursued a real relationship with me as a mother and daughter. Once the business aspect was gone, I hope she would simply be my mom. The fact that she didn't seem to want a relationship was a tough pill to swallow. So she was just a money maker, and I'm going to play a minute of this. This is I think it's a couple hour long interview that Carrie, you sent to me. I'm not going to play all of it because I want to tell the story properly.
When I was 19, I finally got up the courage to split from her as in business wise, because I desperately wanted a relationship with her, desperately wanted her to just be my mom. And so she came into my trailer during lunch when we were filming Heroes. And I said to her, I don't want us to work together anymore. I just want you to be my mom. I also wasn't expecting the reaction that I got, which was, you owe me. And that's all she said. And she walked out. And part of me was like, oh, I'm relieved that it was short, like ripped the Band-Aid off. But then it was like this dark looming cloud, over my head going, what does she mean by I owe her? Mm-hmm. What form of payment is she expecting? And it was disappointing to find out that it was money and that she didn't pursue a relationship with me as just a mother-daughter. Like once the business aspect was removed, I was hoping that if I remove this, then there will be no reason for her to be anything other than my mom. And the fact that it seemed like she didn't care to have a relationship with me was a tough pill to swallow.
Guys, that's some people take that for granted. I don't. You guys see Mama Pearl on here every day hanging out with us, modding. We have a really amazing relationship that a lot of people don't have, but there's people that take that for granted. And the fact that she was hurting inside, think about it. She was hurting inside. She's been in Hollywood being a money maker for years. The moment she told her mom she didn't want to have that kind of relationship, she dipped out. Now I see her mom making a statement about her death, and it's full of shit, in my opinion. All right. And guys, we're going to get into the yacht story, all of that stuff. All right. I promise you, I'm just laying the foundation of what happened in this case. So let's get into this.